So what's my advice to Joe Biden? Well, Joe, if you're watching this, and hopefully you are on your phone or scouring around on YouTube trying to find answers, I suggest you first, President Joe Biden forgetting our Prime Minister Scott Morrison's name. That's an interesting one, and I had to make a video about it. So let's go. Hi, it's Tansel here. Now, if you're interested in all things memory, do subscribe. It does help our channel, so thank you very much for that. Now, forgetting names, it's a massive problem, and it's even a bigger problem if you're forgetting on the world stage. Now, this wasn't just done by any celebrity or big name. It was done by the biggest name in the US, and that's the President Joe Biden. Now, what happened was that during an announcement deal done with Australia and Britain, President Joe Biden was thanking Boris Johnson and also, who from Australia? That fella from down under. So ended up forgetting Scott Morrison's name. Now, why is this an issue? Why are we laughing about it? Yes, it is a gaffe, and to be honest, it's a human condition. It can happen. We forget. It is laughable, but it's also understandable as well. However, there is a certain level of professionalism when it comes to politics or in organizations, in companies. We don't just forget people's names. In fact, it is a skill that's often worked on by many, many people out there so they can not have these gaffes, because look at the end result. What does it look like to other people? Yes, we can forget from time to time. That's normal. But how is it being seen by others? If you're the most powerful person in the world, how is it seen to have a weaker memory? Yes, people probably forgive and not worry about it. Yes, it's made the news. But when you think about it, the impact it has on Prime Minister Scott Morrison, as well as other people in politics, it's really interesting. For me, it doesn't really matter. But what's in play here is that in order to remember someone's name, you got to be able to be prepared to recall it. So what does that mean? If you're going into any meeting, right, you got to switch on that brain. You're going to say, okay, there's going to be people here. I'm going to have to know their names. Who are they? Like, if you could prepare yourself in advance, you've got more of a chance of remembering that name. Now, if you don't know who's there, then while you get there, make a note that, okay, these are the people I'm going to be dealing with. I have to know their name. So that's where the memory techniques come in. And when I talk about memory techniques, I generally talk about linking and association, creating images. If I was to create an image for Scott Morrison, okay, Scott, here in Australia, Scotty means a person with no friends, right? Now, I doubt Scott Morrison, he's got a ton of friends, I can guarantee. No one will ever call him a Scotty, right? But you can imagine, visualize this guy, this big bloke, having no friends around him, right? Even that little trigger will help anyone trying to remember his name. Oh, who's that guy sitting alone there, no friends? Oh, he's a Scotty. Oh, his name's Scott. There you go. It triggers the memory. It could be like The Doors, Jim Morrison. So you might see Scott Morrison sitting there by himself listening to The Doors. Now you've got both of his names, Scott Morrison, right? This is all well and good if you have the time to play around. If you don't have the time, and I'm sure the Prime Minister or the President of the United States doesn't have much time to prepare, other people prepare stuff for him. Even if it's just a small little Scott, what can I do with Scott? Bang, takes a few seconds. That trigger allows you to remember the name. And I'm sure if you've tried it, you'll be able to do it as well. So what are the things you can do, right? Make those associations. Make the images in your head for the name, like Tansel, Tinsel, Tonsil, Hansel and Gretel, hey you Tansel. If you meet a Sandra, picture sand in her hair. If you meet a Vijay Ranganamachandran, picture a VJ, DJing, right? Orangutan jumping on his back, causing all this drama. And people chundering. Like in chundering in Australian English means vomiting. So Vijay Arangan Ramachandran, give that a go. Say that 12 times in a row really quickly. So there's the news. It's funny. yes, there's a gaff there. We all think it's a laugh, but at the end of the day, it can lead to serious issues as well, which is why I always recommend training your memory. Just like physical training, if we don't train physically, yes, we can put on a bit of weight and maybe we're just not bothered to go outside anymore or go for a run or, do a bit of exercise. And what's that slowness doing to your body? Think about it that way. If you don't train your brain, what's it doing to your brain? You need to be able to exercise your brain so you can start seeing results. And the more you exercise your brain, the more you will start to remember more things, the more focus you will have, and the more names you will remember. So keep that in mind. So what's my advice to Joe Biden? Well, Joe, if you're watching this, and hopefully you are on your phone or scouring around on YouTube trying to find answers, I suggest you first visualize the name. If you get a name, right, try and create a word association around it, right? Remember the tinsel tansel bit that I gave earlier, that bob, imagine a person bobbing up and down. It's not too hard. If you actually use your brain a little bit, you'll get there. You'll create associations. So number one, create those associations. And number two, make a story out of those associations. Don't just say Bob is bobbing up and down. That's quite boring. Right? Try and make a story. So Bob, he's bobbing up and down. Why is he bobbing up and down? Is he afraid of something? Has he got an illness? What's the illness? Bob, come on, tell me. The more details you give there, the more you're going to remember it. So create an image, tell a story, right? And practice, because if you don't practice, you might do it once or twice, but not do it very well every time. So you need to be able to train. That's why I always recommend memory training to people, because you're not just training your memory, you're training your focus, your concentration, your decision-making skills, time management, all of that stuff that people don't necessarily relate memory training to. I mean, in fact, one of my clients I had this morning, it was all about stress management and time management. How do you manage your time better with memory training? How do you manage stress? Because stress is just a story in our heads. It's images and pictures, right? And stories. So if you're able to change these connections in your head, these stories into more positive ones, guess what's going to happen, right? It's not rocket science, but it is something you can start to work on and improve your memory on. So that was my little take on remembering names. If you've got any other instances of celebrities forgetting names, share them down below, because I'd love to visit them and see if I can find some clips and maybe even do some rundowns or analysis of what's going on. If you have any questions or want to learn more about names, check out the links below, subscribe to the channel, and you may also want to watch my video on how to remember names, because I do go through the training aspect. So click down below and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.